Recognize my good friend Darren Soto from the great state of Florida. You're recognized for 5 minutes for your questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations on your new granddaughter. We're so happy to see that amazing addition. You know, it wasn't that long ago we saw a chip shortage because of the pandemic, and it raised the prices of vehicles, of appliances, of computers, and many Americans found out chips are in everything nowadays. And so we came together to pass the CHIPS Act, all the Democrats and some of the Republicans. We appreciate their support on that. And it's been a big help for Florida's 9th Congressional District. We're home to the biggest CHIPS Act project in the state at Neo City, near St. Cloud and Kissimmee. And we just welcomed our next fabricator, Elspeth, which is going to be working on capacitors that work directly on lowering energy for AI technology. We also saw the Inflation Reduction Act be a huge help for Central Florida. Green Garden Village, where we're going to be making solar panels as well as EV charging stations. We're going to see the largest solar plant in North America in South Osceola County, thanks to Florida Power and Light. The largest fast charging station, thanks to Tesla, going to Yeehaw Junction in the south part of my district, and the first used electric vehicle dealership, also by Tesla. We've seen, because of the CHIPS Act and because of the IRA, factory construction has surged and manufacturing capacity is expanding, both in Florida and across the nation. Many of you may be surprised to know that Florida has the second most electric vehicles of any state in the nation, even though we're the third most populous state. So just after California. Just another interesting example from the Sunshine State. And so we're concerned that President Trump, with his freeze order, could stop some of these projects from going through, whether it's the CHIPS Act, whether it is projects under the Inflation Reduction Act. And then what's this going to do? It's going to raise costs, and it's going to raise pollution, and it's going to limit our competitiveness at a time when China and so many other countries are trying to advance these issues. We just filed a letter today taking on President Trump's attempt to take back the national EV charging station infrastructure we see across the nation. This is going to affect rural areas. This is going to affect a lot of urban areas. We need to make sure our big three remain competitive, knowing that EVs and hybrids are a big part of this future transition that we see. And then I'm concerned about the reconciliation package that will attempt to gut these programs for more oil. You know, we're already at record production right now. And so we need a balanced approach. And all this is at the backdrop of an inflation report where we saw inflation is now at a 6-month high. Tariffs, deportations, division, chaos, the 4 horsemen of Trumpflation that could get worse. It doesn't have to be this way. We could work together, and this committee has a long history of doing that. We need a balanced approach where we continue with electric vehicle progress, continue to work on the CHIPS Act, keep oil production steady to keep gas prices affordable, and have a transition over time. Ms. Humpton, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate Siemens' great investment in Orlando in partnership with University of Central Florida, focusing on energy systems, sustainable energy solutions. How critical is it for us to continue to be competitive in clean energy and to have workforce development programs to meet this demand?
Thank you, Congressman. It is vitally important that we attend to the megatrends that have driven us for such a long time. And in fact, what's so exciting about where we are in this moment is that it is, in fact, the private sector who has stepped up to the plate. Many statistics have been shared this morning about the level of investment first being made by the federal government as a down payment, but pouring the private sector funds that have been pouring in. Our customers are demanding the kinds of technologies that we as a nation have been focused on these last few years. What's exciting is that industrial AI can contribute to our progress overall. You see, the same technologies that help us address the goals that we've had for sustainability, et cetera, also make us more efficient. They make our businesses more productive. We really can have it all in this moment by deploying technology to make American manufacturing cleaner, smarter, and more cost-effective, competitive on the world stage.
And we appreciate Siemens' contributions to this factory renaissance, this manufacturing renaissance that has been pushed onward because of the IRA, CHIPS Act, and many other private sector companies coming together. Thanks, and I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Now I recognize the gentleman from California, Mr. Obalnoty, for